Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Saturday, March 18th, 2023, and we are back with our college basketball best bets of the day. We're on day 3 of March Madness. It's been an incredible tournament so far. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post these college basketball videos every single day along the NBA and NHL. We're on a 19-9 run in the NBA right now, so definitely check that video out after this one for sure. We're going after our first 3,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some serious money. To recap yesterday's results, we made some serious money. Went 7-4 yesterday. Strong day overall. We had Michigan State money line winner. We had St. Mary's money line -4, winner. We had Kennesaw State plus 12.5 winner. That game really bummed me out because I thought they'd eliminate Xavier. I hate watching Xavier play basketball, so I was so close to having to deal with them anymore. Great dub though for Kennesaw State. We had UC Santa Barbara plus 10.5. That was a loser. Iowa State -4.5. That was a loser. Iowa State, by the way, should apologize to America. They should go on. They should go on every news station and apologize for having to make us watch that shit. It was awful. We had UConn -9.5. That was a winner. Creighton -5.5. That was a winner. University of Miami moneyline. That was a winner. Grand Canyon plus 15.5. That was a winner. A nice little backdoor cover there. And we had the Memphis moneyline. They gave the game away. And also the refs, they didn't call that timeout. If the refs call that timeout, Memphis probably wins that game. It's a really tough way to go out for Memphis. I really like them in this tournament. And we had TCU -5.5. They got the win. They didn't cover though. So overall, 7-4 day. We're on a 15-8 run though in college basketball. So we're kicking ass and taking names. Right now for the year, we're 217-163. So we're 54 games over 500. We have 7 picks going today, plus 2 I might add later. I'll start with my favorite bet of the day, which is Arkansas plus 3.5 versus Kansas. This game, by the way, has rat line written all over it. The public is going to smash Kansas here because they're Kansas. They have the 1 next to their name. But the problem is I smell upset here. First off, Bill Self isn't coaching. Hopefully he gets better, but he's just not. Let's just deal with the facts. He's not coaching. And the last time Kansas played a competent team without him, they got rolled by Texas. Secondly, Kansas is a better shooting team than Arkansas. They definitely are. However, the way Anthony Black and Nick Smith Jr. are playing, they're two surefire lottery picks, by the way. That gives Arkansas a slight, and I mean slight edge in guard play. But it's basically a wash. I mean, they have great guards at Kansas. And then that brings us to size. Arkansas has them in that regard for sure. Arkansas has more size, and I think I don't think that's really crazy to say. And to me, I hear better coaching with Eric Musselman versus whoever the Kansas interim coach is. They have better size and equal guard play. To me, this equals an Arkansas upset. Plus, Kansas got a really bad draw. I mean, Arkansas is not an 8 seed talent-wise. Talent-wise, they're like a 2 or a 3 seed. But they weren't able to put together this much during the season. So I really like Arkansas here plus 3.5. I'm going to take the points, but I can really smell an upset here. I think this game goes down the last wire. I think it's going to be very similar to FAU at Memphis, where it's going to be a rock fight, and it's going to go down to literally the last shot. I love Arkansas plus the points here. Next, we have San Diego State -5.5 versus Furman. Everyone's going to be all over the underdog here because they love the underdog. They love the story. The problem is that this feels just like the Charleston game for San Diego State. In the sense that no one believes in the Mountain West, including me, by the way, and you shouldn't really believe in the Mountain West either. However, San Diego State is not, and I mean not, a normal Mountain West team. They defend like hell. They can shoot just as well as any other Mountain West team, and they're more athletic. Plus, they're hungry because they've been eliminated early in the last couple tournaments when they've been a really solid team. And plus, size-wise, they will absolutely dominate Furman. And really, if you look at it, UVA's defense held Furman to, I think it was 57 points. Here's what I'll tell you right now. Is San Diego State's defense is as good as UVA's, but they're more athletic and they're better shooting and they're better at scoring. So to me, I'm thinking San Diego State -5.5. This game will be close the whole way. San Diego State will pull away at the end. We might need a little call at the end like we got against Charleston, but I like San Diego State here to cover the 5.5. I think Furman, great story, but they're done after this game. Next brings me to my next pick. Is going to be Missouri -6.5 versus Princeton. Everyone wants to pick Princeton. However, the sharp money is on Missouri. And it's the same story as last pick. Everyone's going to be all over the underdog. They love the underdog. It's awesome that Princeton beat Arizona, busted a bunch of high-profile brackets. And Missouri will come out, though, and they will boat race Princeton. The problem with Arizona's got great size. They don't have guard play, and Tommy Lloyd's not that good of a coach. And what I'll tell you is this, is that if you watch Missouri, they have way better guard play. Kobe Brown is absolutely dominant. So they have a dominant big guy, and they'll exploit the lack of athleticism that Princeton has. Arizona could not do that with their guards. Their guards are good shooters and good defenders. They're not athletic. Missouri, they have athletic guards. They press the whole way. They're going to put a lean on Princeton's athleticism, and Missouri's going to boat race them. It's going to be a blowout. It's not going to be close. This game won't even be fun to watch with like 15 minutes left in the game. Missouri's going to win this game by 1,000. I love Missouri here, -6.5 versus Princeton. Next, we have Texas, -5.5 versus Penn State. Penn State's shooting scares the living shit out of me. But here's what I will say. Is I love that the hallmark of this Texas team is toughness and defense. I love it because that stuff travels. And do I think Andrew Funk on Penn State is going to go 8 for 10 from 3? No, I don't. I don't think that's going to happen. He'll probably go 4 for 10. He's a great shooter. But listen, Penn State shooting scares me. Jalen Pickett scares me to death. But if you watch Penn State, they have trouble against sharp. They have trouble against sharp, tough, and skilled teams. Texas is all 3, and Texas has really good guards, and they defend like crazy. They have great size, and everyone's on Penn State here. I'm going the opposite direction. It's a contrarian pick. However, those a lot of times really work out. I love Texas laying the points here. But just to be full disclosure to everyone here, I also have a future for Texas to go to the Final Four, and they're in a parlay for me to go to the Final Four. So I do have a vested interest in Texas winning this game. But I do think if I didn't have the future, I would still take Texas here. Next, we have Auburn +5.5 versus Houston. Sasser, in my opinion, will not play today. He re-aggravated that groin injury, and if he re-aggravates it again, he's done for the rest of the tournament, and they have no chance. I think they rest him and just hope to God they could hold on against Auburn. Plus, Auburn's playing at home. They're going to be up for this game. There's no pressure whatsoever on Auburn. All the pressure in the world is on Houston. I really like the fact that Auburn's extremely athletic. They can shoot. Now, sometimes they get a little lackadaisical on the defensive end or do stupid things when it comes to turnovers. But Houston's a very good team. But I think this game comes down the wire. Very similar to Kansas. They just got a bad draw. Like, Auburn's a really solid team. They won 16 of their first 19 games. Like, this team is very, very solid. They're much better than a 9 seed, or an 8 seed, excuse me. I'm rolling with Auburn here, +5.5 versus Houston. Next, we're gonna switch gears for a second to the NIT. And I have Vanderbilt -1.5 versus Michigan. I love Vandy here. They're one of the hottest teams in the NIT. They played extremely well down the stretch. And they're playing at home versus the Michigan team that struggles away from home. And we're only giving 1.5 points. I like them to win by 5 to 7 here. I just don't think Michigan's all that good yet. They have a bunch of really good young players. But right this moment, I'm taking Vanderbilt to win this game by more than 2, by more than 1 point. So I'm taking Vandy at home -1.5. Now back to the NCAA tournament. This game is going to just hold your nose and bet it. It's scary. I don't like it, but that's why I love it so much. I hate this pick so much that I love it. And I'm going with Tennessee +3.5 versus Duke. This pick makes no sense. This pick makes no sense whatsoever if you watch both these teams play on Thursday. Like, they are so diametrically different. It's ridiculous, and that's why I love +3.5. Why on earth is this spread so low? I don't get it. And here are the three factors that stick out to me when it comes to Tennessee and Tennessee's favor. Number one, this is a Rick Barnes team, which means that when expectations are high, they play like garbage. The expectations are not high. The expectations are as low as they could possibly be. This is very similar when they played Alabama, like when we had Tennessee in that game. Like, there were no expectations, so they won. And I think that's going to happen here today. There's no pressure. The pressure is squarely on Duke here. Ziegler's not playing. The pressure is squarely on Duke here. Secondly, they have good size. They can bother Filipowski and their other big guys. And also, Vescovi, on Tennessee is one hell of a guard. So they at least have one guard that's solid. I'm not really sure about their 2 guard, but I really like Vescovi. I'm rolling with the Volunteers today, very gingerly, not a lot of conviction, but I like them today plus the points. Plus, I hate Duke. And by the way, if I could see Duke lose and I make some money, I'm taking that all day long. Be careful with this pick. But those are the 3 factors that I like. Again, Duke is hot and Duke is good, but I'm taking Tennessee here +3.5. Now, I might add 2 games later. I'm going to talk about them really quickly. I have UCLA, Northwestern. I'm leaning UCLA -7.5. I think Northwestern's a bunch of frauds. And I do have a future on UCLA, so I like UCLA here. And Bama and UMD, got to figure that one out. I like the points, but Bama is just so explosive. You don't really know. I mean, so I'm gonna decide on these later. I'll be posting these on my Twitter a little bit later. So definitely go check those out. My Twitter is in the description below. So a quick recap. of the picks that we 100% that are 100% in right now. We have Arkansas plus 3.5, San Diego State minus 5.5, Missouri minus 6.5, Texas minus 5.5, Auburn plus 5.5, Vandy minus 1.5, Tennessee plus 3.5, and we'll be adding 2 games later. So let's lock in those picks, y'all. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Make sure y'all check those other videos.